And my thoughts on illegal dumping is that our hierarchy, which is our state legislators, our DAs, our prosecutors, our judges, we need to find a different mechanism in order to report illegal dumping. Simply prosecuting someone in an undeserving community where there is little to no resources is not a better solution. The solution would be getting the people involved, because that's truly the change. So in order for Houston to see a different kind of effect with the illegal dumping, they have to start with the people. And the people in Houston, especially in our undeserving communities, they do not know that illegal dumping is a real issue. So once they find out that, we'll get a better resolution. We have a lot of families that cannot pay rent, utilities, they can't afford childcare, the elderly can't afford meals, they can't afford medication. So how do you expect them to able to combat illegal dumping? We need to start with the basics first. So maybe we should initiate a program for our youth where we are getting them involved with the illegal dumping, where we give them incentives so that they know that dumping or trashing the area of our community, we will not allow it, and that we love our community and that we want change in our community. And once we start to see that effectiveness, I think that we will work more so on the illegal dumping. But the undeserved community, we need to start with recreation centers, we need to start with community-based programs, we need more resources for families, we need more technology and communication so that everyone can effectively know what's going on in their community. Because the numbers that showed up for tonight's city council meeting in Sunnyside were little to none. And we have a lot more residents that own properties here than any other city or any other subdivision in Houston. So with that kind of ratio, that tells me that someone is not getting the knowledge they know in order to combat this matter. So it starts with everyone, not just the undeserving communities, Houston as a whole, that needs to change on the illegal dumping. Especially in undeserving communities, I would say that they are very delusional to think that someone is going to actually be a witness for illegal dumping. We have a hard time with HPD, county service members, anyone coming to report basic crimes. HPD is backlogged with over 200 and some cases just for sexual assault. So do we really think that illegal dumping will be on their high standards of priorities? No, we do not. So I don't want that expectation or tone to be set, because that would be a lie. What I want is a real resolution and action, ACTION, put behind that so that we can have a resolution.
At no time does 311 make a decision that we're just going to close this case. Now, a citizen can call back and request that the case be closed because the issue has been addressed, but we still have to send it to that department for that to be done. Once it's put into our system, we do have some cases that interface with a different system. So anything that deals with public works, to the Department of Neighborhoods, Parks and Recreation, or Forestry, those cases interface into another system. So when they update their system, they're also updating our system. But unfortunately, at times, our cases are closed, but they still have work orders that are pending on their side. When Councilmember Shabazz was talking about that, you get the information that a service request is closed. Not all the time is it actually closed, but something may be pending. So the investigation has been done. So because they investigated and they have a work order pending, they will close the case on our side, so it doesn't go past the SLA date, which is a service level agreement. Unfortunately, no city worker is waiting to do work. So it does take a little time for them to get out there, depending on what actually needs to be done for that case. A small pothole can take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, but if something where they actually have to remove an area, as far as something like a base failure, that's going to take more time. And unfortunately, that service request won't stay open on our side, but it is open on their side. Once we do have solid waste, health code, and parking management, they actually work their cases in our system. I know that at this time, solid waste is a little behind, so they'll stay open a little longer, but you can call us at any time to get updates. Parking management, when they go out to do investigations for parking violations or meter issues, they're actually updating in our system, and it's closed right then once they complete that update. But if you've given us an email address, you can actually track that service request online. You can call us at any time. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You will always talk to a live representative, and then we'll be able to give you the updates as the department puts them on the system. I know that this is an illegal dumping town hall. So once a report was ran for this area, within the last year, there were 262 illegal dumping reports for the entire year of 2024. I know that some people say, well, that's not a lot. Depending on where the trash is located makes it determine if it's actually illegal dumping or if it's a nuisance on a private property or a heavy trash violation. Unfortunately, if you own that vacant lot and someone dumps on your property, by the city code, you are responsible for cleaning that property. People call all the time like, well, I didn't put that there. Well, unfortunately, once I go through that service request to create it, it's gonna say property owner is responsible. So it wouldn't be labeled as illegal dumping. I know that they were saying that people say, well, we call all the time. But unfortunately, depending on where the trash is, makes a determination of what type of service request it is. If you use our online portal, which I talk about all the time when I go into communities, as well as SeeClickFix, which is a app that you can download on your cell phone. SeeClickFix is wonderful. If your locations is on, it'll actually log the location. You can take a picture, and when you enter that case, it goes directly to that department. You don't even have to go through 311. The online app, I know that we have a lot of people, especially on the north side in their neighborhoods, they have Neighborhood Watch. They're actually riding around, writing down violations, and then when they go back, they go online to the portal, and they're entering cases. They can also track those cases online. That's something that's right at the fingertips of citizens, and they don't have to go through our office. We love to, it's self, and we can, if you call us, we can also get information on there for the cases that you submitted.